I am back for another video. We are going to be doing, I believe, part 5 to What If Deku Was a Hyuga? So last I left off is where they were going to the internships. So everybody went to the individual internships, as in canon goes a little different. Deku goes to Gran Torino, but he uses his Byakugan to see if it's the right building, and he just sees Gran Torino's body on the floor. He looks closer and sees his heart is still beating. So he goes in and sees it's just a prank. And if you did not watch my last ones, I gave him the 100 healings, which is the Byakugo seal on the top of his forehead. So if you don't know what that is, go look at it and you'll see. But also, we are going to be continuing on. So he's being taught as in canon, but he's able to not get hit as much with his complete, as I repeat, complete 360-degree vision. So he has no blind spot. He's able to dodge more of Gran Torino's hits than Gran Torino expected. And he also noticed that he knows how to use One for All properly, but he just uses too much in the amount of his body. So the equivalent to him teaching how to use One for All properly goes the same as canon. And everything goes the same as canon except to when we get to the Stain attack. Deku uses his Byakugan to see throughout the city, and with his new range of the Byakugan, if you don't know, the Byakugan can give you 360-degree vision, but also gives you the ability to see through walls. So he looks through the alleyways, through buildings, and he could see through about 50 kilometers. So he finds Ida and runs there as quick as possible, stopping Stain from punching him in the head. He says what he says in canon. He's going to save Ida no matter what. The Stain fight goes a little different. Since Deku has been working with One for All a little harder and knows how to circulate it through his body, he's roughly around 40-45% of One for All without strain. 50 if he pushes to his limit. But the fight, he also notices he can't fight alone. So he sends for help, as in canon, Todoroki comes. But when Izuku gets close to Stain, he gets in his hyuga fighting style stance and says 8 trigrams. It says 8 trigrams, 129 palms, striking every single one of Stain's quirk points, pressure points, and everything above, leaving Stain on the ground badly injured. Also, with his Byakugo seal, he can heal himself, but also others. So he goes up to Ida and Todoroki and heals their wounds. They go to the street, and he also heals the other hero that Stain was going to kill. So they go to the street. Similar to what happens in canon, Deku gets kicked in the face by Gran Torino. But let's get into where it gets juicy. So it's the time where it comes to the Nomu that picks up Midoriya and almost flies away with him. Stain picks up Deku. Stain kills the Nomu and saves Midoriya, but not before saying his speech, but which surprisingly got to Endeavor's head a lot quicker than he thought. And also in this one, I despise Endeavor with a burning passion, so I'm just going to do this real quick. So Endeavor is thinking about what he's done over the years and reflecting on his past. So after that, they go to the hospital. They're told how that it was stupid and very dangerous for them to go out and do hero work without permission, except that Midoriya gets, instead of Endeavor getting the credit, Deku gets the credit because he had permission to use his quirk. Ida and Todoroki were punished, but punished accordingly to what they've done. So let's do a little time skip. It's a week after it's the last day of their internships, and they're heading back to UA. Midoriya has noticed what Endeavor had done in the sports festival, so he went up to Todoroki and asked him about his life in great detail. And yes, I'm taking this from a fan fiction that I've read on AO3, so I don't remember the name, but go look for it. So he gets the information he needs from Todoroki about Endeavor being abusive, abusing his wife, neglecting his other kids, causing the death of his firstborn child because of his obsession with All Might. Then Midoriya does something else. He gathers a lot of information about Endeavor and how he was, and about his pro hero records, mission records, and everything, showing how there was a bunch of casualties and injuries under his watch of being a pro hero, and showing that he only perceives in defeating the villain instead of saving others. And it shows that he has taken no rescue missions, and a bunch of property damage included in his battles, which he did not pay for. His status as a hero does not save him from the rights of justice. So, and Midoriya has written a paper, not like a paper, but an article that holds all of this, which is backed up with evidence, and also has videos and pictures of what the kids looked like back then, with them with scars, bandages on 24/7, and everything. He even got a video from Natsuo Todoroki, who could confirm what Endeavor was doing, and confirmed that Endeavor did an illegal court marriage and did not have consent to have sexual intercourse with Miss Rei Todoroki, and abused her to the mental breaking point where she did not understand the difference between her husband and son, causing her to burn her own son. Then Midoriya takes this information, puts it all over social media, every social media platform he could think of, every single one, and it's trending nationwide, like all across the world. He's doing this, and Endeavor's getting what he deserves. He sees that someone has exposed the truth about him, and saw how people were reacting. The next day, Endeavor gets a call from the Hero Commission telling him he's no longer a pro hero and he'll be serving jail time. And there's going to be a live trial, so where they prosecute Endeavor. And everything. Everybody's wondering who posted the article about the pro hero, how it happened, when it happened. So they were all wondering who did it, who revealed the truth. And they were all curious, but they didn't know. And that's where I'm going to leave that part off. Let's get back to Midoriya's point of view. They're back in school. As Mr. Aizawa was saying, today we're going to check to see how much you've improved during your training. So they do that exercise parkour training as in canon, but it goes different. Before they say start, Midoriya activates his Byakugan and finds a clear path towards the finish line and his other classmates, and finds a way to get there quicker and without wasting any time. So he charges up 15% of One For All throughout his entire body. And when they say go, he rushes through his parkour scheme, his part of the course, with ease, leaving a streak of green and eminent light behind him. His classmates and Aizawa were shocked about his new level of control and speed without him breaking his bones or causing any injury. Aizawa was impressed, but he didn't show it. And not as in can he does not slip because he wasn't thinking, but he passed and got first. And in this one, and this is for the ship. I like ships, but the ship is going to be Toru Deku, because why not? So, and in this one, Bakugo gets exposed for what he's done, and he's suspended from school for a while. This gives Bakugo some time to reflect on his actions, what he's done to Deku in the past, and seeing how wrong he was and how he was true, how they said it was right, how he was acting like a villain. But Midori is not gonna forgive Bakugo. That's what in my story. That's how it's happening. Let's go off topic for a little bit. What he did to Midori was not reasonable, and he got too much of a cocky head just because he had a quirk. And let's get back to the story. So he tries to apologize to Izuku, but he says, I don't know if I can accept your apology, and I don't know if we can be friends. We'll just be acquaintances who know each other from time to time. Not friends, not childhood friends, not nothing. And at this time, in point, Deku has stopped calling Bakugo Kachan. So, and he's not really a crybaby anymore. He's lost that part of himself. But he's going on to see that he needs to be stronger. He has to be more confident in his abilities and not cry about every little situation. So it goes on to canon but for the final exams, it does go as the same for the pair-ups, but the teamwork is a lot better, but Bakugo and Deku don't really have a connection, so they work fine, and they don't really see each other as friends. Well, that's what Deku doesn't see Bakugo as a friend. Bakugo still sees Deku as his best friend, but Deku doesn't. He gave up on Bakugo a while ago. Oh, and after the stain incident, Todoroki and Deku have been dating for about a good couple weeks. The spiciness, don't come for me, but yes. They've been dating for a good couple weeks. And Endeavor realized as his trial went on, he was faced with for 2 accounts of child abuse, 2 accounts of child neglect, 4 accounts of rape, and a murder charge for the death of his son. Endeavor was sentenced to 30 years in prison with no downtime. And they sent him to Tartarus, where all the villains he put are in. So, that little tidbit. So, but in this one, I'm gonna make Mina and Denki a little bit more powerful, but also where Denki doesn't short out when he overuses his quirk. But yeah, that's how this What If is going. Please like and subscribe and share out to your friends to become a member of the Hyuga clan. Don't forget, train hard and unlock your Byakugan. Bye, people!